Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this annual tradition here on the Autistic Super blog and the Autistic Super channel known as Letters For Lent 2026. As with all these videos in these series, these videos will all be dedicated to the memory of the Defino family. Just to give you all a backstory, I am a Roman Catholic. I'm also an autistic Roman Catholic, so that's part of the story. But I wanted to share my thoughts on the topics that I hear in the readings or I read in the readings for the holy season of Lent, which we're starting tonight, which we're starting tomorrow, which we're starting today on Ash Wednesday. Now you may see people with ashes on their foreheads and all that stuff, and people might think of the day before Ash Wednesday, Mardi Gras. Why are people just indulging themselves on Mardi Gras when they realize that Ash Wednesday is on the way? It's because of that. I mean, with all the festivities, with all the pageantry, with all the indulging that goes on, people don't realize that that Mardi Gras was actually a way for people to take care of things that they would not need during Lent, that they would not indulge in during not only Ash Wednesday but all of Lent. I just want to give a historical context to this, because think of the parties that we all have seen of Mardi Gras. Like people wearing masks, people indulging themselves, people having king cake and gumbo and jambalaya and all that stuff. And I mentioned New Orleans, but I do so for a reason. Compare that level of festivity to what happens on Ash Wednesday. It's not about indulgence on Ash Wednesday. It's about humility. A humility that makes you realize that, yeah, things are going to change. I mean, things have changed in a year. But things can change absolutely in a year. We see it all the time. We see it with politics. We see it with news. We see it with music. We see it with people's opinions and other stuff too. Things change. But the one thing that doesn't change is the fact that we're dust, and to dust we will return. And it's kind of the impetus. It's one of the things that are said to us during the times of imposition of ashes on our heads. It's not to make us feel that we don't deserve anything. It's to make us realize how short, how impactful Lent should be for us, for Roman Catholics all around the world. And it's a way for us to look inside ourselves and ask ourselves what we've been missing. What do we want to do to make ourselves a better person during Lent? What's the one thing we can do? What's a couple of things we could do? Like give to the poor, give to charities, do all that stuff. Or maybe deepen your prayer life and all that stuff. Or give something up. I wanted to say that part of my Lenten observance during this time of doing these videos is I'm going to be giving up social media, and I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be challenging. I know it's going to be challenging for myself as an autistic individual. It's going to be really challenging because we're so used to being on social media, because having social media is a big thing. Because without social media, we can't express ourselves. We can't feel like we're not alone. But maybe it's time to... But for me, I always think of it as a time of reminding ourselves that we're not alone. That God's with us during these times, during trying times, during the good and the bad. But I also feel like I need to distance myself from what keeps me away from God, and part of that is social media. And one of the things I need to do in my personal life is to get into a prayer life, or read some books that I want to just check out that I haven't been able to do because I'm always so busy. One of the things that social media does is make us feel like we're busy and scrolling and looking at other people's lives when we should be looking inside ourselves for answers that we can only have. I know for myself, when it came to my autistic burnout, it was a big shock to the system, and it really made me realize just how important it is to look inside myself. I've done that when it comes to my poetry, and I will do that during this time of Lent. So don't look at Lent as a challenge. It is a challenge, but it's a way for us to get closer to God, and the actions in our head prove that to us. So if you like these videos, some dear readers and listeners, please like, share, and subscribe to the Autistic Super Channel. And you can check out all my videos. I'm on social media, but I will not be there on Lent, so be aware of that. But if you also like these videos, please check out all my videos on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com. Until next time, dear readers and listeners, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.